Hi everyone, and welcome back to the second part of the whole video of February. I've got quite a few things to show, things that I'm very happy with, so I'll dive straight in. First thing is just a little notebook, but it's pink and it's glittery, so I was very happy to find this one. It's an A5 sized book. And it has just pages with some lines in it. And I've decided, up until now, I always wrote down my date of start and ending of a coloring. And I'm still going to do that. But I'm not going to write down my used materials anymore. Especially I've decided it because I'm working on the Merlin page in the Art Deco Disney coloring book. And I only want my dates in it and my initials, LP 1975, and that's it. So I'm writing down the start date of my page, which book it is, which page, which pencils that I've used so far, and then per subject, I'm just writing down the colors that I've used. So, and here, mulberry, I'm also using crocus, I think, so I can write those down too. I'm just going to do so. So it's very handy if someone asks which colors that I used for certain colorings, then I can grab back to this book and tell them. So I thought it would be yeah, handy. So that's the first thing. Then we have two sets of paints, Japanese paints. They are by the manufacturer Boku Undo. You can also find them on Amazon. But I've Boku Undo. I've bought them on AliExpress during a sale. And these ones are called Aurora colors. And as you can see, they are very light. So you have gold, silver, red, green, blue, and purple. And I'm going to grab my swatch book. It depends on how you hold your palette or your page, because I've used them on a page already. How the colors pop up. And where is my swatch book? I had it by hand. Okay, I can't show it yet because I have paints right beside them that are still a bit wet. So I will show them in a few minutes or at the end of the video. But yeah, you can see what's happening depending on which light there's yeah, exposed on. And then the second set is also from the same company. Also Boku Undo, and it's the Shadow Black series. And on the other box, it was just a number that was mentioned, but on the website from AliExpress, there was Aurora mentioned. So this is Shadow Black. And these are the colors. So we have reddish black, yellowish black, greenish black, bluish black, purplish black, and brownish black. And they are very muted, so beautiful, and they feel like kuretake paints. Japanese paints are very thick and excellent quality, and they just yeah, they feel the same. The Aurora paints feel a bit different, but maybe it was because I've used them only one time. I only used them once also, but they had a different feeling. But the next thing that I'm going to show is my new watercolor tin. I've made it a bit more funny with a little sticker from one of the Aristocats. I've ordered this on AliExpress and it contains 48 watercolors and I've used them already. They're very nice, very bright also. And I have my swatch book here. Where are they? Here. So these are the colors. Very vivid. And they stop here. And here you can see the Japanese black set and the Aurora set. So in front you hardly see anything, or in this way, but if I shake my book a bit around, the other colors, the colors themselves show up. But I have some bad light now. Now it's more visible. So that are these ones. I had to cut off my video just a second ago because I painted the next product on my next pages, but it didn't work out like I wanted them to work out. So I've gessoed down this page and I hope that I can show you within a minute what you can do with the product that I'm going to show now. Or maybe, no, I'm going to leave that for the last part so that my gesso can dry up a bit better. The next thing I'm going to show first is the Dala 133 sharpener. He has some a round opening with rubber so that he doesn't hurt your pencils. And instead of shavings like these, he gives you this. So little pieces of wood, curls of wood. And I can work with my Irogitens now because the Dala gave me this. And I've sharpened my 90 Irogiten pencils with this sharpener because the Irogitens are my, the most difficult pencils I own, with breakage, and look what it gave me. So I was very pleasantly surprised, and I will show you how you can use this sharpener. I'm just going to grab one of my Polychromos pencils. I've put them outside the tin and into a pencil case because I got fed up with every time taking that large tin, so I've grabbed myself some pencil cases. This wasn't a new one. There were other pencils inside, but I've replaced them. So you can push this button in to move this part, and the further you move this upwards this direction, the sharper your point will be. I have been told, because there wasn't a manual with this product, so it was a bit of an a gamble and a trial and error. So you put it in, you release the button, and then you can start turning this handle around, and you hear and feel when your point is sharp enough. So now I don't have any or hardly any feeling that's pushing back. And look, for an oil-based pencil, I really like this. I'm not going to sharpen them, sharpen my Prismas with this one. I'm still in love with my Tigol one for them. But for oil-based pencils with longer, I don't like using these lengths with the Tigol. It simply doesn't work for me. But this one is perfect for this type of pencil. And I will show you another Aerogetan box. I did them all 90. And no breakage. It was amazing because I had a lot of trouble. I had one specific set with a mini pencil. I don't know which one it was anymore. I can take a look to show, but no, this is also a short one, but it was a honey, or it was a very warm brownish color, or autumn leaf or something like that. No, that isn't it either. Okay, it will be in the last set, I think. They're on my desk. I've reorganized my desk a bit. Fluorescence, not very pale, dull, maybe in the dull tone. And otherwise I've put aside one box. Oh, I have two on my dinner table. No, this isn't it either. Hold on. It will be in volume 3, the deep tone, I think. Yes. It was this one. I hardly have colored with this one, and it braked and braked. It was terrible, and it breaks my heart to see it as small as it is now. I'm sorry, I have gesso on my fingers and some paint on my nails, so I'm looking quite nice. But yeah, it was difficult to sharpen such a small pencil with the Dala, but it worked nevertheless. So, and it's nice to see them all with a very pointy, pointy color up front, and a pointy core. And yeah, is it because of the sharp point? I don't know, but they color like a dream in this Art Deco Disney book. It can be the combination of the paper and the pencil, I'm not finding my words today. The ingredients of the pencil, I will call it, oil-based or wax-based, I don't know, but they work very well in this book. And I'm going to make some room here for the next thing that I want to show, volume 4. These are so cute, these little booklets. I have put a lot of my pencils in pencil cases lately, but not the Aerogetan ones. These are just too nice to have in these small booklets, and they don't take up a lot of room. So speaking of pencil cases, so highly recommended. Speaking of pencil cases, I've bought myself 2 new ones with a handle, so that's quite handy, and I'm sorry that I can't get it totally in a good frame. And I've put in my Prismacolor pencils because that 150 box was way too big to have on my desk. So I've organized them in this pencil case. So look how small this one is. And this one. Which color is that one? Oh, it's cream, the cream one, and this is the pumpkin one, I think. And I have a spare blender, a Caran d'Ache buff titanium pencil, which I haven't used yet, but A lot of people seem so enthusiastic about it. And I think it's a Tombow eraser. I was gifted that a while ago, more than a year ago, I think, before I had my YouTube channel. So that was pencil case number 1. And the second one is really stuffed with a lot of things, and therefore it's closing and opening is okay, but closing is a bit more difficult, because I've not only used it for pencils, these are the Albrecht Dürers, but I've put in my spare sets of Signo ball pens, and they are quite thick. I've put in my Jelly Roll Stardusts and all the other trays, except this one. This is a spare Inktense one that I bought open stock. All the rest are the Albrecht Dürer pencils. So I really like the compact feeling that I have, instead of having to make magic with a tin and flimsy pencil cases. Closing is a bit more difficult, but it's still working. Okay, and now on to the last product that I want to show you, and I hope my paper is dry. Yeah, I think it will be workable. Are the Brochure crystal color bottles. I saw them on the Johanna Colo channel, and also Steffie Sweet Colors from Instagram and YouTube used it on one of her latest pictures. It was one with Snow White, and it was so beautiful. I just needed this for extra detail in the background. I love playing around with my backgrounds. I use everything that I can use, so these ones, they are not toxic, so because I'm always a bit afraid when buying powdery things, because these are powders, but they are not toxic, so that's a plus. And it comes like this. I just picked them up at the post office this morning. So you get a little leaflet with what you can achieve with them. So this is the meaning of those powders. These are all the colors, some tips and tricks, what you can do with them. I have to read it all. Then the techniques you can apply, and some extra hints and tips. So all paints can stain. Yeah, I see that on my nail. Okay, I will leave this by hand, because if I get it on my clothing, then I want to make sure to be able to wash it away. Okay, my previous swatches bled through, so that wasn't quite doable, and it was also a bit too messy, so that's why I broke off the first part, or the video that I was editing. I thought it would be better to show the working of such a powder on a gessoed page, because otherwise you would see I did it on both sides of the paper, and the color here, red, just bled through to a blue, and so you couldn't see a decent color. So I'm going to grab a pencil, a brush, I mean, a water brush, and I'm just going to show you one color, because otherwise it will take too long. I'm just wetting this paper a bit, and then I'm going to shake some of this powder, and this is emerald green, and as you can see, you get different shades within a bottle. Not every bottle has different shades, and it works great on gesso, so it seems. But I want to be very careful. You can use powder on top of your paper also and then spray with a bottle, but since you don't have any control of how the paints are going or how the powder is going to make his way or its way, I think it's best to wet the page first, so that you don't have any accidents. And there are some, there are some particles flown here, but I'm going to try to put this on top anyway. It's gray. And beforehand you could see some orange. Yeah, now it's going to show its colors. I hope it's a bit visible. You can see some orange dots here and there, some blues, and that wasn't from the... I think you really have to be careful with using them. Swatching is very difficult because of the little particles that can float around. Here I have a few others, so it seems, but I'm going to try anyway. This is lemon. Lemon is just a lemon color, so I'm not going to show that, but it's not interesting enough. Black was comparable to this one. I'm just going to grab another that I thought was very nice. Which one was it? I think it was not violet, scarlet, dark brown. Oh, which one was it? I forgot which one that I liked so much. Oh well, I'm going for Brilliant Red. And you just let these powders make their own way. And I'm going to try to... And it's safer to put a drop on the paper instead of spraying. So this is what you can achieve with these paints, but since I only got them this morning, I still have to learn them myself and to make sure that I can use them in a non smudgy way. Look at this flow. And it stops where your water stops. So if you spray the whole page with water and then put powders on it, your powders will flow everywhere or float everywhere. But if you only activate a small part, it will stay within that part. So I think it will be terrific for special effects on backgrounds. I have to test if they work on acrylic paint or on some other paints. It works on gesso, but on regular paper the effect is a bit more different, I think. But yeah, nevertheless, I wanted to show you what these powders do and how they work. Johanna Kolo has made a video, I think yesterday or the day before, on her channel about different techniques for using these Brochure powders. So you can always head over to her channel to get some extra info and some extra demonstration. I also think she has some better paper than I have here. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to finish this page, and I think this is because my page is a bit curly. It is running further than the water was sprayed, I think. But anyway, you still have a bit more of control when you only wet a small part of your paper instead of spraying it a lot. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and we'll see each other in the next one. Bye bye.